I won't open it till the day. You know what? Fuck you. I think I might just open it now.
It's not for me.
Who's it from? Who's it from?
What?
Who's it from?
That ain't for me. I done gave you my present.
Hello. Hello all. Hello, hello, hello. I probably should have done something with myself, but you know, I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe I'll just take my hair down. That'll help any. Oh yay, Missy, Missy. Hi, Des. I gotta keep you on this side because I have this zit on right there. Boom. Hi, Tom. Uh-oh. There's the guy I'm looking for. Well, I think I invited someone, but I don't know if he's going to join us. Holy shit, very on time. And everything. I know, look at the shirt I'm wearing, too. Why can't I bring you on camera? Add. Invite. That's what I want to do. You shut your face. There you are. Request. Missy, now I know why you always struggle with this. Keep cutting out. Well, okay, first off, I gotta figure out how the fuck to get Brian on here with me. You know, Brian, are we even friends? Okay, that'll work. That's a good idea. Brian, request to be in my video. In the meantime, I have to say, he's not allowed to be in my video if he hasn't packed yet. Brian, are you inviting yourself? Okay, look kind of angelic right there. You know, we all know him. Ah! There we go. Hi!
Hi there. Hey, thanks for having me. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
You know what? You should be a host.
I should be.
You have a voice that could totally win over a lot of chicks.
That's totally fake.
I know. I can tell.
Yeah, my fake voice. But you know,
Um,
I had a lot of practice doing the fake voice.
I do have to ask you a serious question to start off.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you fucking packed?
I'm prepared to be
Uh,
packed.
uh, are you fucking packed? Because she said if you're not packed, I'm not allowed.
Yes, I'm packed. What? Me? I would never. No, no, no. All my stuff is ready to get. You know what it is? Actually, my oldest kid borrowed my luggage, and I'm waiting for her to come over tomorrow morning to return it so I can use it and pack it. But all my stuff, I actually like. It's funny because I'm like, Grace, are you packed? She's like, you're home early. I'm like, well, yes, I came home earlier so we can get all this stuff done. Are you packed? I wasn't expecting you for at least another hour. Are you packed? So, like, the main job is making sure she has all of her stuff. I'm easy. Just throw crap in the
Yeah,
bag.
men do tend. God damn it! I can't get situated here. You guys hear me without that microphone?
I can hear you.
And that's all that really matters. You guys can hear Brian, right? Missy, how am I supposed to respond to that? He said he's almost kind of packed.
I will be ready. It's fine because I'm babysitting tomorrow morning anyway, which means I'll be woken up earlier than I would get up on my own. and she'll be returning about the. I can't hear you now. Your lips moving for no reason. Say
I just,
something.
I
Okay.
was thanking Barbara that
Oh,
she could
okay.
hear me. Then I asked, can everybody hear me? Okay, so you were coming up with your excuses as to why you're going to be late tomorrow.
I'm not going to be late tomorrow. I'm going to be on time tomorrow and be parental, grandparental even.
I think you're going to be late tomorrow.
I don't have a time to be there, so I can't be late.
Missy? Okay, she gave me approval. We have approval, so that means we have liftoff here. Brian?
Yes.
Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Lori
Yeah,
says you better.
that's another motivation too. Lori's out there, which is funny because I'm driving really, really far away to see Lori, who actually lives close. She lives in between me and Missy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we never met her. Well, Missy met her tonight, but
Oh, I want to meet Lori. She looks like a lot of fun, too.
you have to come out this way. You're way, way, way far out.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you guys come to the middle of nowhere?
Because there's more of us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm here, so.
Yeah, I mean you're drawing us, but on the other hand, there's like so many people far. Like you, oh my God, you could do a road trip and see so many people. Meanwhile, everybody would have to come out to see you.
You know, you don't have to be a baby about this whole situation. I'm just saying. You don't have to be a brat. Don't be a brat, Brian.
I'll be.
Lori, you do sound like fun. Hi, Jackie. I missed you there for a second. All right, Brian. How you feeling?
Yes,
Are you ready for your interview?
sure. I will answer all questions you ask.
Will you offer information without being asked?
I hope so. You never know.
All right, Brian.
Yes,
What's your sign?
I'm. I'm on the Cancer Leo cusp.
Really?
Yes, yes, I am.
That's interesting to know.
Mm,
So, on a serious note, Brian, we're
yes,
all here in this fucking widow group because we're widows.
yes,
Do you want to tell us
yeah.
your story?
I am also a widower. That's
Serious? Ian?
yeah. Like, what kind of like? I'm gonna ask you questions. Tell me your story. Like that's not how you do it. You know, like ask like good questions, like and then you get me warmed up a little bit first too. Like friendly questions. You haven't been
Here's
doing this.
something like I'm gonna set you down because I gotta get my hair up because it's really fucking hot out here.
Yes.
Brian, how many kids do you have?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I have 4 kids.
How old's your oldest?
24.
Jesus Christ, man, how old are you?
44.
I'm just kidding.
No, that's cool. It's
So
it's
where are you
nice
from?
having the older kids. I'm in uh, Pennsylvania, just south of Pittsburgh, like 20 miles south of Pittsburgh.
And you tried explaining what you did for a living, and I got so confused. Could have been
Stuff
because you.
breaks, and I make sure it works.
How is the new schedule treating you? The not working on
Well,
weekends.
it's nice. I mean, like, I have weekends off. I eat Monday, through Friday. I'm like, oh my God, Monday, and I haven't said, oh my God, it's Monday for like 5 years. So that's cool. I can say, hey, it's Hump Day again because I haven't had a Hump Day for forever. Before, what I was doing was it was an oil and gas service company and on site, and I made sure if something broke that it was up and running as quickly as possible. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on up there, so it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of fun. I was very important.
Was.
But now I'm just some guy.
Dude, I got somebody saying, jump in, dude, talk. I want to hear you talk.
I am talking.
Okay, tell us what was your late wife's name?
Linda.
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 And how long
Yeah.
were you and Linda married?
We were married. We got married in 2006, but we were together since 2002. Yeah,
Hold on, I gotta take my shoes off and count how many years that is. So you've been together since 2002?
yes.
Okay.
That was, well, yeah, 16 years. Well, that was 16 years ago. She died in 2015, so we were together 13 years.
So you were together for 13 years. And how did you and Linda meet?
We met at work. She was the boss. She was the
You
really
were
hot. She was the really, really hot boss. Yeah, it was the guy that
you
did the hot.
were the hot boss? Dirty bird. Dirty, dirty
Um,
bird.
so all through my 20s, I pretty much just bartended and floated around. And when I was like 26 or 27, I kind of realized I wasn't doing anything with my life. So I joined the Army, not the real Army, the National Guard. But when I got out of the National Guard, I was taking some college classes at the community college, and I just needed a little bit of money. And I went back to work at Pizza Hut, which has been somewhere I worked when I was a teenager, and she was one of the managers there. You know,
So how old were you when you guys hooked up?
I was 20, I was 28, she was 27.
Hot bosses are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. I wish I had one.
I'm sorry.
Me too, but hey.
What do you do? Because none of us really know. You work for, I don't know what you. I see you go to work every single day, but you never really say what you do at work besides be there before everybody else and also be late.
I
What
really
are
do
you?
nothing.
I do
I could-
nothing. I'm a professional do nothinger, but what do you do? You got to have a title. I at least have a title.
I'm a legal assistant to the prosecuting attorney in our county.
That's a cool
Yeah,
title.
yeah. So I should probably be on time because it's kind of
Why? Nobody
important.
else is there. No, it's not.
Oh, there's somebody who's narking me out. I don't know who it is, but
Well, what do they say? Like, hey, don't be so late. I mean,
I
are you
piss
like
off.
in trouble or is it like, hey, you should really be on time, eye roll?
Well, my boss is. I call him my outwork husband because
Yeah.
everybody has one. I love him dearly, so I think he's afraid to say anything to me. But he has made reference to my tardiness.
Okay. So kind of like, yeah, you should be on time. We would
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. It's not really fair. You fuckers aren't here. Why does it matter? But this isn't about me, Brian. This is about you. I don't know why you're curious about what I do. I work for the FBI. I'm undercover right now.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
no,
impressive.
yeah, I'm actually a very inquisitive person, so I should work for the FBI. So you dated Linda for 4 years, and then you got married?
No, we didn't really date. We moved in together like 3 months after we started seeing each other. It was very quick.
My neighbor's music's really loud. Can you hear that?
That's your neighbors?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there? They just listen to music? Is it a party? Is it?
I don't know.
They're having fun, whatever it is.
No. You want to go down there and have fun with them? You want me to find out what they're
No,
doing?
no, no. I've been looking forward to this like for like 2 weeks. And the problem is Ben was last week, and Ben's was like really, really good. So like I have to do the follow up, and it's going to be very disappointing. I should have been first because it would have been like, oh, it's the first interview. And then when Ben did one next, you'd be like, wow, everybody's getting so good at this. They're opening up more. Irma's really pulling in. But no, this is like the disappointing week after the good one. Sorry.
That is so not true. I'm not disappointed. Anybody else disappointed?
We've just
Yeah,
started.
it is that cop I see every morning. I don't find this disappointing at all. I love talking to you, Brian. You intrigue me.
I intrigue you.
You do. Okay, so tell us more about what happened with Linda.
Well, she had an aneurysm. I was on the phone with her. I was on my way to work because, I worked all the time. That's all I did. And actually, I was only working that night. I'd been home all day. I had to cover for somebody else that night. And I went down to get the truck, and I was coming back, and just arguing with Emily, who was like 15 or 16 at the time, because that's what teenage daughters do, is argue with their mothers. Am I not being loud enough?
No, yeah. Talk a
Be
little
like
louder for me.
Shaggy's ear. All right. Hi, Irma's ear. So anyway,
Hold on.
um,
Hold on. I'm gonna put fucking headpiece back. Hello?
hello. Can you hear me?
Hello? Can you
I
hear me
can hear
now?
you. Yes, yes, I can. I could hear you before
Okay.
too.
Okay.
And
I'm ready.
we were talking, and yeah, I could hear the bickering in the background, and she was doing like, "Oh my God, these kids," normal parenting kid stuff. And all of a sudden, Grace grabbed the phone and picked it up and said, "Mommy fell down," and I don't think she's breathing. So I said, "Well, check real quick," and I had her check real quick. Grace was 8 or 9, I think 8, or maybe just turned 9. And she wasn't breathing. So we still had a landline at the time. So I had her call 911, call an ambulance. And that was interesting because the ambulance people couldn't understand why she was talking to me, but I wasn't on the phone. And she's trying to explain that I'm on the phone. Can't put him on the phone because I was on the phone. But it wasn't too bad. And while they were on their way, as soon as she was off the phone, she's like, "Should I go over to the neighbors?" I was like, "It's a great idea. I'm so glad you thought of it." So she ran over to the neighbors. They came towards their car, and I stayed on the phone with her till the ambulance got there. And I had been driving when she called. I had just about gotten where we were supposed to be when it got weird, and drove to the spot, walking her through, calling, 911, everything. And once the ambulance was there, I got the phone with her real quick. I texted work saying I'm still in the truck. So,
Okay. Brian,
yes,
you're cutting out on me.
I am.
You are. And I'm not sure if it's those fucking headphones, so I'm gonna move to a different
Might be my
position.
headphones. Am I cutting out on anybody else?
No. Yeah, that music is too loud. Okay, we're at the front. So what
Actually,
I
this is
caught was
connected.
you said the neighbor.
These aren't even
You
on.
said
The
the
neighbors came
neighbor.
over and started CPR. She had just gotten done seeing a cardiologist, like a lot, because we thought she had heart problems. She had one of those weird heartbeaty things. So when all this happened, I just kind of assumed it was something wrong with her heart, and if CPR got started soon enough, everything would be okay. But it wasn't a heart thing; it was an aneurysm. And I guess it was like everybody's different. Sudden things, it's the last thing you expected ever. So I really didn't think it was not a big deal. I thought it was just something we'd get through, like, oh, well, I thought it'd be a story or something we'd have later. I really thought once she got to the hospital, everything would be fine. And the ambulance took her up like a half-mile away to where the life flight helicopter was waiting. And I went up there and waited with them. And they kept saying that they weren't going to take her unless they got their heart beating again. And I was like, well, you guys are doing like your stuff. Like it shouldn't be an issue. It should be fine. But they got her heart beating again, and they life flighted her. I went back home, and by then, all the girls were there. Like all four of the daughters. Well, the two oldest were out of the house. They got there, and we all went to the hospital. And we're confused a lot. We kind of thought everything was going to be all right. And the doctor came in to explain to us I really don't remember exactly what he said. I think there's like aneurysms are rated on a score from like 1 to 4, and she was a 4, and it was really big. And he was telling us that basically it was over already. You know, she was still breathing through machines. Her heart was beating, but it was done through medication. But her brain had already started dying, and it was really weird because you kind of think you know what it's like. You know, you've imagined it a little bit, just stupid shit. Plus, I have seen people die hundreds of times on TV, and you know what the family like, they all huddle together and collapse or something, or like and wailing, or it was just like confusion. None of us really understood what was going on. We were just, even though and they did a really good job telling us. They just told us like a little bit at a time, and just confused. I remember like Christy even like they walked out the first time and she's like, "What the fuck did they just say?" Like none of us could really comprehend what was going on. And it because shit, she was only 40. Like it really, we never expected any of it. And they kept her in ICU for the next, I think, 2 or 3 days. It's all a little fuzzy. I stayed with her the whole time, and the doctor just kept coming in, basically saying it's her brain was doing less and less. And I learned that in Pennsylvania, you can be declared dead even if you just for brain death. Sometimes if the body's still alive, you can't be declared dead. And he's like, she's dead, and they declared her dead, and I was still there. And it was still just really confusing. And then started the stuff you have to do.
Shit. And she had no symptoms or anything.
No, no. I mean, how do you have a symptom for that?
I know nothing about brain aneurysms. I really don't. I can tell you about oligodendragliomas and brain tumors and
We
all
all have
of that
these weird
stuff.
little bits of knowledge that we really know a lot about.
Exactly. I could tell you all about that stuff, but I know nothing about aneurysms. It's quite terrifying because there's so many widowers whose wives have passed away from aneurysms, and that's scary as shit. Yes, my husband went brain dead.
You're in Philadelphia, aren't you, Jackie? So you're in PA too. And it was weird too, though, because the organ donor people come in and they start asking you questions, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's a good idea. They're like, well, uh, yeah, it is confusing. Um, if you're gonna let us take any of her organs, it's best that we keep everything going. So she had already been declared dead, but she was still, on a ventilator, and they were still keeping her heart beating. And I already been sitting in the ICU for like 3 days straight. And it was there wasn't any like ending. It was just like, all right, you can go home now. And it was let me know what's going on. But there wasn't really anything else to go on. They just put some
So
people.
they come in, they tell you that she's legally dead, declared dead,
Yes.
but she's still functioning. Well, she's still breathing.
Well,
It's
she's yeah.
assisted. She looks the same, and they tell you, well, we want to
Yeah.
donate your organs, and then you go home.
Yeah, there's because they're just gonna eventually come and take her, so there's nothing. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, the whole thing was weird. I actually felt kind of bad because a couple of my aunts, my one side of the family is like really Catholic, and a couple of my aunts had come up after I had gone home and like said rosaries over and stuff. And I felt bad because I wasn't there anymore. But on the other hand, it was pretty much like everything was done already.
I felt like when they called me after the organ donation was done, I felt like it was final. They need to act fast, but it would feel really harsh. I agree, Tom. I totally
Yeah,
agree. in shock that they were like, okay, well, can we have
Yeah, I
the
mean,
organ? And just left.
yeah.
All right. I want to give you a hug right now.
And like it was hard to feel. I kept comparing myself to the kids too, because oh God, what Grace did. Like, can you imagine like watching your mom fall over and thinking she's dead and having to call 911 and running over the neighbor's house and then sitting there watching the neighbors do CPR on your mom and then because Christy got pregnant a month after she died. I was just like, I have a new mother. Marissa already had a kid who was one. Like two brand new mothers. Emily was 16, and like teenage girls and their moms are like, rah, rah, rah. Like she's never gonna see the other side of that when she gets older. And then Grace, who was 8, like needs a mom. So it's real easy for me to not concern myself so much and just think about them more.
Yeah.
And then you start that. I did like a weird to-do list. It's like, you're at the hospital, like, all right, you need to make arrangements. And you're like, well, what do you mean arrangements? Like, you need to, make funeral plans. You're like, holy shit, like, I don't know how to do that. That sounds overwhelmingly impossible.
Mm.
Like, you make a phone call and arrangements are done pretty much. And you're like, wow, I did something for you. I'm like, what do I have to do next? And I just kept doing one thing after another.
Yeah.
Well, the 3 oldest girls are my stepkids, which I don't say that often. I only say it now because it was really cool because they're my stepkids. Right afterwards, Christy was just kind of like, I'm going to move back in. I'm going to help you take care of Grace. You can keep working. And that was really good because going back to work was really, really easy. Like, she wasn't at work, so there wasn't anything missing at work. It was really easy for me to kind of get back to life a little bit. And I really thought like all the sisters would pull together and kind of support each other a lot more than I could do for them at the time too.
And they did.
They did.
Did.
Yeah. In fact, we thought it would only be like a year or so, and ended up being almost 3. She just moved out last month.
Because she wanted to, because she felt
Oh, she wanted to.
everybody was
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
it.
she's 25. She got pregnant with her second kid. Her and her boyfriend were ready to get married. Actually, they were planning a marriage, and then she got pregnant. She's like, oh man, this thing's not even on. And so she's like, instead of planning a marriage, she was just like, we're just gonna do something really quick. So they had a nice little ceremony this month. And they
Did
got
you
their
to walk
place.
her down the aisle?
Um, she had always said she was gonna have me and her dad walk her down the aisle. She's always said that for years and years and years. And I don't know how many times she's told me, I'm just as much of her dad, if not more, sometimes than her dad. But when she said that, he started getting really weird about it. So instead of pushing the issue, I was like, you know what? I don't want anybody feeling weird. I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks either. We all know what we are to each other. So, well,
Yeah, you do. It's what is so strange is how differently men and women cope because you going back to work. I mean, I didn't function for the longest time. I
when
mean,
I was home, it was hard. When I was at work, she wasn't at work. Like I said, like work was normal. Like it wasn't weird at work. It's when I got home that there was this noticeably giant void in my life. I was
my
used to
husband
leaving for 2 weeks. Go
my
ahead.
husband passed away in our home, and I didn't
Yeah.
want to leave and I never did leave our home for the longest time. I mean, it was like pins and needles to get me out. So that's why I find the comparison between, the way men and women cope to be quite fascinating, truthfully. I mean, you're right. When you're at work, she was not supposed to be there. You weren't
Yeah,
supposed to see her.
that was normal. Everything was normal at work.
But didn't you ever hit
Plus, I,
that? Didn't you ever hit that hour of dread? Like the hour before you went home, knowing I'm going to walk into that house and she's
you
not going to
know,
be there?
I would look forward to being home the entire time I was gone, and then as I was on my way home, I would just get angry at the stupidest stuff, like every time. And they kind of, they actually, everybody got to realize that, and I said, just ignore me the first hour or two I'm home. I would like bitch about the stupidest, dumbest ass things. And I even said, it's not any of you. I'm upset. Like there's shit missing and it upsets me and I don't know how to, you know. So instead of being upset about everything else, I'd be upset about, the dishes in the sink or something, stupid shit.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Turns it down to reason to get angry. So when you how long ago have it been?
It'll be 3 years in September.
3 years in September.
Yeah.
Now, well, as you know, I just had my 3 year
Oh, did
mark. So yeah, it sucked balls. It sucks
you? Yeah.
every time. There was no way to sugarcoat it. Let's see. Patty, you had to go back to work 6 days because you didn't have any leave. Oh God, Patty, I'm sorry. I was blessed with my employers that they allowed me to take as much time as I needed. So
I probably could have. I went to work, back to work after 3 weeks, but it wasn't on purpose. Like I had to go into work for something else, like to sign paperwork or something. And the lady in charge of all the admin lady, she had showed me how she worked out how she could pay me for 3 weeks, and she was very proud of herself. She's like, we're using these sick days here that you never use, and these imaginary sick days that nobody knows you have, and vacation time, and we kind of did this, and you have whatever leave days and funeral days and all this other stuff. And she said, here's 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, well,
never
then I
did.
back to work Tuesday. And I went back to work Tuesday.
You can't tell. That's the popo behind me.
What are they doing? They want to know where you are?
Can you hold on a moment? The fuck, dude?
That's not how you talk, Ace.
Eat a dick. What do you want?
I just saw you.
Okay, well, hi. Maybe that means I'm busy. You guys are dicks.
Yeah. I guess we'll come back to the search warrant. Yeah.
Bring your search warrant, motherfucker. Bring it. Hey, stay safe, guys. There's a lot of crazies out there. Dicks. That's harassment, FYI. Got it on camera. I got it on camera.
It's a friendly neighborhood visit.
Shut up. God damn, that's embarrassing. I am so fucking sorry.
Well, it's good to have. It's good to have police friends.
It's great to have police friends. I'm so fucking
was-
sorry.
It was cool when I bartended. All the cops came to that bar. I literally had no fear at all whatsoever. And now it's my turn. Hold on just a second, okay? Yes?
Fuck.
Okay. We'll talk about it in a little bit. All right.
There he goes. Those little fuckers. God.
Are those the ones that rat you out every morning?
No. Those
Other
are my
cops.
little boys. They're the young pups that, I have a box of candy that a drawer full of candy for my cop friends when they stop in with their reports.
I'm sure
Here,
that's why they visit. so much.
Have a chocolate. It is why they visit. Why else would they
I'm
visit,
for
Brian?
it. For your lovely presence, your personality, and shining, sparkling persona.
Fuck yeah, I'm fucking charming.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
As you should.
Seriously, that was really kind of embarrassing. I'm sorry, Brian.
Why?
Because it was funny, but it was embarrassing. He usually yells criminal at me. I'm surprised he didn't do that today. He does. Well,
Actually, it's probably like, you're busy. What are you busy doing? I'm on a widower's Facebook group giving a live interview. Like that's the embarrassing part.
well, I didn't say that. Fuck no, I didn't say that. I was about to say I was researching porn. Do you want to watch? But
Depends on the
yeah,
kind of porn.
exactly. Well, we know if anybody caught Lynn and Gabe, I guess he described the type of porn he likes to watch. Anyway,
Oh, we did? I missed that. Darn.
yeah, sorry, Michael. Oh, Brian, Brian, you're bleeping.
Am I bleeping? Sorry, I was getting a message.
Oh, you tell her I'm sorry, okay? Anyway,
Yes. You have
so
to ask more questions now.
she what?
I said you have to ask more questions now. You're interviewing.
I am. Get off my nuts.
Yes.
Hi, Benji.
Hi, Ben.
Brian thinks you set the bar too high.
Yeah, his was really good.
But you have to bear in mind, Brian, you have bear this in mind. Benji, like I said, he's the first person I actually talked to really at length when I first
Yeah.
started the group. So, you know, we've
How
known
how'd you find the groups?
through Instagram.
Really? Instagram?
Really? Well, because I kind of from a small town, I got off of
Yeah.
Facebook because I didn't want people getting any information from me. No one was on Instagram in my small town, but I wanted to document growth with my kids and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Someone suggested this group, and I said, okie dokie.
See, I found the groups pretty early, just because I knew there was a lot of different groups in Facebook, and I looked for them probably after a week or two. Can you hold on just a second? Just a second. I'll be right back. I promise. Like 30, 20 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, hi everybody. Oh, Mr. Reclusive, hello. Did you call me Mr. Reclusive? Now I'm all worried they're gonna come back. What the fuck was that? Missy, I don't think he's done packing. It sounds like he's doing his laundry.
Sorry so much. But I'm back. Hey. But yeah, I found the groups really early. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember it was really nice to find them. I didn't really participate a lot, but it was cool seeing, just seeing so many other people. 'Cause I didn't know anybody else at all. And it's weird to talk about because anytime you even mention anything about this, people just get very uncomfortable and they don't know what to say. So it becomes easier just not to talk about any of it. So finding big groups of people who were feeling all the same things I was feeling was comforting. But then it got really overwhelming, and I would quit following them for a while, and then I would find a new one and follow that for a while, and then I would quit following that one after a while too. And eventually found this one.
This is the only group I've ever been a part of.
You know what? You didn't miss anything in any of the other ones. This is the best group, really.
Good. That's good to know.
There's so much shit going on at all the time. Like, no matter what mood you're in, there's something going on at that time you can relate to. And usually it's like several things at the same time, you're feeling that you can relate to.
Are you packing?
What?
Are you packing?
I'm already all packed. Pretty much. All right, ask more questions.
All right. You didn't say how you found the widow groups. Did you just get on Facebook and type?
I knew they were on. I knew groups of many kinds were on Facebook, and like I said, I found, and I don't remember which the first one I was. I found them pretty quick. Like I said, not even like not participating, but just following them and reading everything was really cool.
Uh-huh.
Jasmine says hi. Not to you,
Hello.
to me. Hi.
Hello.
That's
That's
the
so
little
sweet.
dog. This is the other dog. He won't look. Bird over here.
Hello.
Don't care. Let me have.
We established that was part husky.
That one's half husky and a quarter Shih Tzu and a quarter Schnauzer.
So, Brian, when did you start? Did you go through the widow phase?
The
The
widow
widow,
phase? I think I'm still in the widow phase.
widow
Widowed?
phase.
No. I didn't. I wouldn't say I widowed. I did. I dated kind of early, but it wasn't like it just kind of happened. And like I was really, really foggy, like super foggy. So it was just kind of like going with the flow of whatever was going on. And in one of the groups I was in, some widows after a certain period of time are very, very relationship like determined. Like I'm going to get in the relationship now. That's what I'm going to do. And one of those had started talking to me, and it was nice talking to somebody. Like just texting back and forth was nice. I didn't really think much of it. And then after talking for a while, she wanted to come visit me, and she did come visit me.
What'd she want?
To see me because I'm awesome. But it was yeah, and you know what? I mean, I was totally clueless too because I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I'm in the middle of a work schedule right now. I'm staying at a hotel. And she's like, oh no, that's great. And I was like, I won't, I only have like 8 hours. And she's like, no, that's fine too. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
But I was kind of, and this is like 3 months after. I think when I say I was curious, it was like I didn't know how I was going to handle it at all. And I was kind of curious to see how I was gonna like what was the reaction going to be to me. And it's weird because like I instantly realized I couldn't cheat on my wife. Be- I can't cheat on my wife. I can't physically cheat on my wife because my wife's no longer physical. That's something we people do, to build intimacy. Since she doesn't have a physical form anymore, I can't cheat on her. So like if that makes, I didn't feel guilty at all, and I also instantly totally got Blanche from the Golden Girls. Like she totally made sense. I understood her completely, right instantly at that point.
you and me, we're like this now. You mentioned Golden Girls. We're going to be
But
watching Golden Girls together every night.
said she was looking for a relationship, and I was trying to figure out what day of the week it was, and it didn't last very long, because obviously I wasn't ready for any of that. And then I accidentally fell into started seeing somebody else without really intending to, and honestly, she was a little bit crazy, like got the crazy eyes, he really wasn't a person I liked very much. And that ended, and then I started seeing somebody else who truthfully was a bigger wreck than I was, and I kind of just stopped. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm making the first one didn't count, but the other two, I'm like, these are people I never would have been involved with at any point in my life. I'm not making good decisions. At best, having someone to talk to is a nice distraction, but I'm either going to make a really bad decision or I'm going to reduce somebody to just a distraction. And I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like, if you're somebody I care about enough to see, I don't want to just be like, well, you're distracting me right now from my emotions. Thank you very much. I really don't see anything more from it. So I
Be
just said,
very.
I'm done. Yeah, I just said, I'm done. This is a horrible idea. And I stopped even attempting to date or try to date or think about dating for over a year.
So you didn't date after Crazy Eyed for over a
There was
year?
no, like, train wreck was right after Crazy Eyed. That was short. Like I said, just like,
Sorry.
but like I said, I didn't, it's not like I was pursuing anything with any of them or even tried to, like, stuff just kind of happened and I was very, yeah, whatever. I was making, shouldn't have been.
Oh my God, my
How about
phone
you,
just.
Arma?
I'm sorry, my phone just
Buzzed a whole lot.
a
One
whole.
crazy eye. I've got like a lazy eye on the side, but no, you know what I mean. But like the crazy eye, like they look crazy in their eyes. They look crazy.
Yes.
See it. Like I always avoid the crazy eyes. It's and I didn't avoid the crazy eyes. I did something I know better, and I did it anyway because I wasn't making good decisions.
So then you stopped dating. Did you have stop having sex too altogether for a whole year?
Well, it's kind of. I mean, I had a lot by myself, but it's kind of hard to have it with somebody else if you're not dating anybody.
All right. Thank you. So,
Yes. Oh no, who's blind in one eye? I just see the little thing. That's awful. Why? Oh, God, I have to scroll. I don't know. I'm just seeing. Oh, there it is. Are you, Lori? I didn't know.
yeah, way to go. It's her foot in the mouth.
What's that? No, what? That no. Crazy eye means I can see you look crazy through your eyes. She has a blind eye. Oh my God. I missed a whole bunch of conversations going on.
Well, you and me both, because I was,
Shepherd. I'll
I
look
was,
later.
yeah, it
Back
was
to me.
back to Brian. So, Brian,
Yes.
you didn't really go through a widow stage then.
No, I went through a like
When did
my
you?
20s were kind of hoish enough. Not hoish, but I had lots of girlfriends in my 20s. So I didn't really.
Okay. So when did you, okay, you said you were not this, you know, we know the widow fog. When do you feel that that widow fog started to lift for you a little bit?
At least a year and a half, not 2 years, it kind of started getting a little better. And I'm still like a lot foggier than I used to be, but it's not as bad as it was.
That's pretty good that you
Do
can
you
put
still
it at,
feel
what's that?
it's it's an ish. Do you still feel foggy?
I don't. I have moments where I do. I can't say
Yeah.
they're consistent like, that first year where I forgot, wouldn't know what
Yeah, that
time it was.
first year is a blur. Yeah, it was I didn't know what day it was most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what time it was. Hence why I was always late. Believe it or not, believe this or not, but prior to my husband's death, I was always like 10, 15 minutes early for things. After his
And,
death is when my problems with, being on time started. My
and
tardiness.
a lot of shit just does not matter anymore.
Exactly.
Because
You
there's a
don't.
bunch of like, who gives a fuck about that? Like, is that really important? Who cares? Whatever. I'm late. I just don't care. There's a lot of shit I just don't care about anymore that I used to.
I know. Do you find it irritating that? Do you have like a lot of friendships with the normies? I mean, the people who are not widowed.
I have had. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody. And I figure for the most part, people just don't say anything because they don't know what to say. They're, uncomfortable. And the people that do say something and say something stupid, like, well, at first, like the people in their 40s or 50s who said, "Oh my God, my mom just died. I know what it's like." And you're like, "Fuck you. Here's my young
Yeah.
child who watched her mother die on the floor. I feel no sympathy for you with your adult mother who knows her grandchildren." But they're trying to say something. When it I don't a friend of mine, um one of my best friends in my 20s, her husband just died from cancer like a month ago, and I wanted to reach out to her and I had no idea what to say. Like, you know what I mean, like I imagine, like, oh, I'll be the widower welcoming committee, but I didn't know what to say. And I've been through it, and I waited a few weeks. I finally talked to her a little bit last week. I don't know what to say. You don't know it's a very awkward, uncomfortable thing. So the people that do say stuff, even though they say really stupid stuff sometimes, at least they're trying. At least they're making, some effort to acknowledge it and try to be empathetic with it. And I understand, a parent, whatever, they're making trying to make some kind of emotional connection with you. They're just trying to say they understand loss. They're not saying they understand how you feel. They're just, they're trying. So I don't get too upset with
You are such a good person because,
it. I know. And
yeah,
modest too. Forget modest.
you're very modest and charming. Are you dating anyone right now? Are
Have
you
you heard of
available?
Missy?
Oh, you're dating
The
someone?
amazing
What the fuck?
Missy?
Better not be dating that chick named Missy because I'm dating a chick named Missy and she's pretty foxy. So he
I've
really
seen
is.
more.
He, oh, he really is. Yeah, I gotcha. He is
I
modest.
really am one of the many great qualities of me we just listed moments ago.
You are.
Probably.
You are because you have a high tolerance because I really didn't. I didn't want you to come and remind me of the unpleasant experience that I just had.
They
I
can't
wanted
remind
you to,
you of a pleasant experience. It's not like, and that's the thing that kills me. It's not, people are afraid to say anything, and you almost want to say, like, say whatever you would have to say. It's not like I forgot my wife died, and the fact that you brought it up, suddenly I'm sad all over again. Like, all that shit's right here all the time, and maybe talking about it might make it come up here a little bit, but it's not like you reminded me or I forgot.
that's where I was going with it. Your little line where it's constantly right
Oh,
here,
it's
and then
right here all the time.
one
And
day you're
sometimes it's
okay.
just an emotional
Yeah.
commercial. Ah!
Oh my God. Have I had you on here for an hour? What time is it?
An hour already? Good. I was afraid we
Has
were
it
gonna have
been?
like awkward silence for 48 minutes.
Have we had a, has it been awkward? Well, aside from the police officers.
Hey, if they come to your house and don't arrest, like if you would have got arrested, that would have been awkward. A
And that would have
visit,
been
not
funny.
awkward at all.
That would have been funny as shit if I would have got
I tell you
arrested while
what,
I was interviewing you.
like handcuffed, face down on the ground while still like your phone recording it, that would have been awkward for you. The best Facebook moment for the rest of us.
Oh no shit. What time is it? I can't see my clock.
9:54. Are you like kicking me off at 10? Like, does the music start playing in the background? Well, we have to wrap it up here. We want to thanks again, Brian, for being here and our sponsors.
Live for 54 minutes. See? Now I'm just
Yep.
curious because, Missy and I, because of our shenanigans, we always tend to go like 2 hours before we realize how long we've been on there.
Well, since this is about me, we've managed to stay on topic the entire time.
Exactly. Exactly. But no, I'm being sincere when I say you have you're just an amazing personality. And who are our sponsors? I don't
What?
have anybody. Will somebody sponsor me?
Oh, sponsors, because it's a show, like you're wrapping it up. We're just about out of time. Thanks again.
Thank you, Marlboro, for sponsoring this episode. Which, yeah, don't
Hey,
give a shit.
hey.
I did have one more question for you in
What if I have
regards
more
to what, what do you have? Gum?
mints?
Mints?
Yeah, I'm still eating. It's been over a year. I'm still eating the mints.
All right, really?
Yeah. I have
Brian
no
is a
ambition
fun.
to give the mints up. I'm like, fuck it, I'll eat the mints. I am a funny fuck. You know, it was cool. Um, I was actually in. I was one of the first ones brought into the group, which was weird because I didn't know anybody in there, and I actually felt a little left out. I felt like they all knew each other from somewhere else. But I also thought, this group is really, really cool. But they started a bunch of Snapchat groups, and I got in one of those, and there was a whole bunch of them. Those are awesome. Have you been in one? Any of
I
them?
guess. Yes, but I'm ghosting someone, so I'm not on him. So
No.
go ahead.
They're really cool, and we were in a big group one, and there was a bunch of us, and then it kind of like, people get clicky. You're more friends with more people than other ones, and there was four of us that kind of made our own little group and talked every day, all the time for a couple months, and it was me, Missy, Ben, and Val. So I've known Ben like a while, intimately. I've seen parts of Ben I never wanted to see. It was a cool
Is
group,
he
lots of fun.
is he really as big as he says he is?
I don't know how big he says he is, but it was really
No.
cool. And if they're not still doing that, they really need to do that again. It was so much fun.
And did you meet someone special while you were in there?
Why, yes, I did.
And who might that young lady be?
That would be Missy. We've already mentioned Missy, and it's really really cool. Like
She's
all
been the
kinds of
only,
cool.
she's been the only sane person you've dated, really. It sounds like.
As she has been, and it's I don't think I don't think I want to date a regular person because I honestly think I'm fucked up for the rest of my life.
You know what? I kind of agree.
Yeah,
Not you.
and
It's
not
not just
every single one of us. I mean, we are.
you
God, my
are.
life is such a mess. I feel like so out of control of shit all the time.
Yeah.
Not that I am, I just feel that way and I'm fucking up. I'm not doing what I should. Like, I'm a mess. But we all are.
Yes. You meet somebody who can kind of normalize that mess
And
where it's
yeah,
like, oh
and
my God, your life's a mess too. Well, holy shit, let's hang out. And you feel normal. That is your new norm, right?
well, this is my normal. So it's nice to have somebody else who also has a similar normal than my normal. Plus, there's still shitty days,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hide that or have somebody else feel. I mean, she gets it. Like, no matter what me and her ever do, it's not going to be what we had before. I mean, not that it's going to be less. It's just not this. It's different. But there's no comparison or competition or trying to outdo anybody. Like, if I was a normal person dating her, I think part of me would always want to be like, well, no, I'm better. Like, but I understand that it's not about that. It's just, there's a giant gaping hole in all of our lives. And she understands that naturally.
Mhm.
And even though there's a giant gaping hole in our lives, we're still trying to keep limp on through the rest of it.
That's also great when you're having a bad time, like, a date of significance that you struggle with, that, your partner understands that versus,
Yeah.
somebody who hasn't had any sort of this type of trauma. occur in their lives, I think that that might be a little more difficult for them to get. That, yes, I'm missing my husband. It's the 3-year mark that I've been without
Or
him.
I went to the amusement park today and I saw all these stupid fucking families there. And although I started off really good, by the end of the day, I was just a miserable bastard because it upset me because I felt like my family wasn't there. And that's not a
Yeah.
weird thing to think. That used to get
And
me, well, it still does, but that was like a big thing. Like the family, like, God, Christy got married. It was awful. Missy was there with me, but it was awful. Like it's just so noticeable what's missing.
yeah.
And it's bittersweet isn't the right word, but it kind of the closest that comes to it. It's
Well, that was really cool that you had Missy to go with you to something like that.
she's really cool.
Fuck yeah,
You should
she
meet her
is.
sometime.
One day I'll meet her and we'll do the run in the fields towards each other, slow-mo.
Slowly, like
We got the cheesy music. Get you.
be her singing. All the dads with the
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like stupid shit just sets you off. Like
gosh, yeah, Lori, I know.
I have to like scroll back. Like oh, they're having a whole conversation without us.
You can catch it later. I don't usually pay attention unless somebody buzzes me at the top. It's all good, but I have to say I think one of the more difficult things is going to the sporting events,
Yeah.
alone. Nothing sucks worse than that. I mean, a lot of things suck worse than that, but I just hate it. I hate going, knowing that oh, there's the mom and dad. Oh yes, my husband and I, knew you in high school, and yeah, and he's not sitting next to me, and congratulations, you're cheating on your wife and taking advantage of what could have been a really wonderful life, and no, there's
I
no
have
bitterness.
I have the shittiest relationship advice anymore for anybody.
With what?
Like people like because people are like bitching about their relationships or wives or whatever, and I'm horrible at giving advice anymore because you just listen for a while. I'm like, are they dead?
You don't do
No,
that,
well
do
then
you?
it's not that bad, is it? 'Cause
You don't fucking do that though, do you?
yes, I do.
I might have to use that. I'm gonna
Shit in
steal that line from
perspective,
you.
like, well, honestly, think of the worst day. Like, one guy at work today. I mean, he's younger, but he's been fighting with his wife a lot lately, and he's just all miserable today because he's fighting with her. What would you do to have back the worst day you ever had with your husband? Like the worst day ever.
I know.
I would take the worst day ever just for that day.
Yeah.
But it was kind of early on, and my mind was wandering some whatever. And I asked myself, like, would I give it up? Like, if I could go back and like erase everything, or like, I think I saw what's that? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where you erase your relationships. Like, if you could make this go away, would you? And I immediately answered myself, well, fuck no. Like, no, I would never, ever give up the worst day ever. Which means all of this now is totally worth everything I had before. It's worth it. All this suck now is it was worth it. And I wouldn't give up the shittiest day. And how bad it is now is just a testament to how wonderful everything was. And honestly, a lot of us have stuff that people are still looking for and haven't found. I'd meet an old divorced woman. She's just bitter and angry at everything, and still like maybe I'll find somebody someday. And I had awesome. You know what? I questioned if I was being greedy because I've had awesome, and I'm kind of finding awesome again. Like that's like two awesomes. There's
Sweet.
people out there so like, you know what? I'm like, am I being greedy?
Good God. That's a tearjerker right there. That's
Do it
so
all over
sweet.
again. Exactly. Not without even a hesitation. I would do it all over again. It's worth it.
Oh, definitely. Well, Brian, we're at our hour, so
Well, hey, thanks a lot for having me. It was great being here.
somebody's in your way.
What?
Thank you for being so open and honest and sharing. And I'm going to say, I think you did better than Benji.
He was pretty good. I mumbled a lot.
Hey, we had the cops on our interview show, okay?
I have to go back and read all the comments now. I feel like I missed out so much. Like they've been saying shit the whole time, like a whole big bunch.
I know, I know. We should probably. And oh, see, look, look at all the
What?
romantic. Oh, yeah. You know what? When you read it,
Yeah.
sorry, bet I'm biased. Me too, Irma.
I don't know what she's
Oh, Missy just agreed with me.
about.
Oh, I was just talking shit to Benji. I was just saying
Just
that you
trying
thought
to read at the same time. Oh yeah. No, Ben's like I almost wanted to like call Grace over and watch Ben's with me, but I didn't know what he was going to talk about. Like I didn't know how it was going to go. So, but it was really good.
I'm glad. And I'm so grateful that you shared your story with us. And truly, you are just one of those good peoples. You don't see a lot of them anymore.
I try. I want to be a good person. It's like a
Well,
goal.
I mean, it's a good goal to have. You're one of them. So thank you. Now you better get your shit packed before Missy gets pissed off at me.
So, hey Irma, who's on next week?
It's next Merkin Hacksock.
What? Oh, like are you just mumbling? We'll be on next week. Merc and
Wait,
Hacksaw. Wait,
wait.
no way. Wait will be on, huh?
Wade is supposed to be on. I don't know. I haven't followed up. I've been more busy, preoccupied.
Well, Anna was late. Anna, surely this video will be available for replay. You can watch it then.
My God.
No, you'll be
You
on
are.
Tuesday?
Do you want to take over this interviewing?
I'm trying, we're wrapping it up, so I'm trying to plug the next show, like, because you're not doing it at all. Like, this is shit
Really?
you should be saying, like, hey, Brian, we're done. Tune in next week for me and Wayne on Tuesday night. But you're not, so I'm coaxing you.
We're done. I can't remember who's on next week. Call me. We'll find out. Oh, better yet, I'll put a post up and let you know and remind you.
You should post it in events. Hey, anybody curious about what the next interview is? Check out the events.
There you go.
What?
Hey, I'm not going to be doing these interviews much longer, just until the
Why
end of the
not?
month.
Why?
There's going to be a new interviewer.
Why?
Well, because you guys are getting sick of me.
Says who?
I don't know. I just assumed you guys were getting sick of me.
You want to know if I want to do the interview? Like that was an actual. I thought it was sarcasm.
Yeah.
No,
Shit.
I don't know. Do I? Do I want to do the interviews?
You could be a fun one.
Is that a real question? I thought you were just being sarcastic.
No, I was being serious.
All right, let's try. So, Irma, how are you? How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how about you try out and you can interview you can interview me.
We'll do a trial interview. You should
A
do like
trial.
interview. No, what's that called when you try out for stuff?
I
Auditions.
don't.
Interview auditions.
Okay. We can do outtakes too.
So why? We actually need actual editing for outtakes.
Oh shit, we do, don't we? fuck.
Yeah, live streams, there's no.
Yeah, once it's said, it's out there. There's no taking it back. Except when I
There's
delete
no
them.
cutting room floor to dig through. It's all out there.
Well, oh, thanks, guys. Look, they all love me. Yay!
Yes, you are the best so far.
I have friends. Holy shit, who'd have thunk it? Don't tell anybody, though, okay? All right, Brian, have fun. Pack your shit.
Hey, thanks again for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for
No,
joining
and
me.
honestly, real quick, I think these are an awesome idea. I just want to say I'm absolutely, completely invested in every single person's life in this group. Like, I may not comment on everything, but I read every post I can. Every hurdle they jump over, every setback they have, every step they feel that they're getting better, I'm right there with them. And I just think that this is a great way of getting to know everybody a little bit better. And I think it's great. I mean, you are a giant. Everyone's like, I have so much respect for everybody. Like they're just this all sucks, and we're saying it sucks, and we're still going, and it's commendable. It's outstanding.
Thank you. I'm glad that you guys can appreciate an idea that's come to
Getting to know
fruition.
everybody better is, I think it's awesome.
I think it is too, because you read a lot of comments and you're like, holy shit, I was going to type that in there. And then you start to notice that person more often and more often,
Yeah.
but you don't know much else about them. So now we actually have an opportunity. You guys are all getting an opportunity at some point. My phone's going dark.
All right, you're trying to kick me off. I'm sorry. Bye, Irma. Thanks for having me.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was fun.
Good night.
Ryan, have fun this weekend.
Thanks. Oh, you're gonna, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hi, that's right. Tune in tomorrow when Irma and Missy have a special guest.
All right. We'll see you later, okay? Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.